Well, hello everyone. It's Richard Kadish, owner and broker in charge of Go Gated Realty, Hilton Head Island and Bluffton, South Carolina. And today is February 21st, 2016, and we're in Bluffton, and we're in Hampton Lake, the gated lake community with the award-winning amenities. And we're here to see this beautiful brand new home, the Donegal Loft model. It's in the Arbors section of Hampton Lake, and it is one of the several models that this builder is building in this neighborhood that comprise the introductory level of prices, not necessarily size, but prices into the Hampton Lake community. And before we walk through this home, let's just take a quick look around the neighborhood, and we'll review this again, but this is just a small enclave of 32 total lots. It just goes right down the street and forms a cul-de-sac at the back. And 6 months ago, there was nothing here but the street. Just gives you an idea of the success and the popularity of this neighborhood, this community, and prices in the $300,000 price range, generally from about $350,000 to the upper threes. Well, I'm showing you this as a buyer's agent, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richard Kadish. It's K-A-D-E-S-C-H. My company is Go Gated Realty, and I'm the Gated Community Specialist. And Go Gated Realty and Gated Community Specialist are federally registered trademarks. And as a buyer's agent, I don't work for the builder. I don't work for Hampton Lake or Hampton Lake Realty, which is the listing agent for these new products in this neighborhood. I work for you. I work for you as your agent, and I'm paid only at closing and only if you buy, obviously. And that's with the proper agreement in place, of course, which is easy to do. More about that when you call me. Let's return to this particular house. Now, this house is sold, so I'm showing it to you as an example of the model, which is called the Donegal Loft. It has 2,417 square feet. It has 2 bedrooms and an office on the first floor. And it has a large loft plus a 3rd bedroom upstairs, 3 bathrooms overall. Let's walk through it. As we go, we'll talk a bit about the general quality and construction of these models. We can always talk a little bit more about the community and, of course, about the benefits of having a buyer's agent working with you and for you. It just doesn't cost anything more. Well, this house comes in 3 elevations, as do the other models, and that means that's the appearance from the street. When you look at this house built out different ways, as an example, it doesn't appear from the street to be the same house, even though it has the same floor plan. We obviously have a 2-car garage. We have a brick facing, which again, when you build, this house again, just to remind you, is already sold, so we're talking about building one for you. And that only takes about 4 to 6 months, by the way. You would choose your stone facing if that was the elevation that you wanted. The homes come standard with the hardy plank exterior, which is the concrete fiber board, which is the latest and greatest building material, replacing cypress for the most part. Bugs don't eat it, it doesn't rot. You have a covered front porch, and we have in this model, we have a covered back porch, which is, in this case, has been screened. Your front door is recessed and out of the weather. Let's go take a walk and see if it could be for you. The house is on a concrete slab, which means that you have high ground here in Hampton Lake. And you don't have to worry about the issues relating to a crawl space under the house. I may have told you that I'm a former licensed South Carolina home builder, as well as being a buyer's agent. And I love working with my clients who are looking for new homes. So often our search starts with the premise that you want a new home. And the real question becomes, would you move into one that's new and is ready to move into, already built? Or would we build one for you? Well, either way, I'm here to help you with that decision, with your selection, and to compare communities, compare builders and products. Well, back to the specificity of this house, the big open floor plan here is your contemporary way to live. It's the way the builders are building them, it's what we want. The kitchen is open to the dining area and to the living area without any wasted space and with a lot of energy efficiency. Very common in the new generation home is the one-level island out here with the lower breakfast bar. So you see your stool would be lower as you sit and read your newspaper or have your meal or conversation at the breakfast bar. And you have a lot of counter space here. And it's granite, and that comes standard with this builder's product. Of course, when you build, you'll choose the granite countertop that you want. You'll choose the type of backsplash that you want. So you'll choose all your own colors. Now, in this case, this house has what's called the gourmet kitchen. There's several features about the gourmet kitchen that I'll just quickly go over with you. The gourmet kitchen is an upgrade, and it involves things like these glass panel doors, cabinet doors. It includes moving your microwave oven from above your range over to the wall on the far side. It involves having a double oven, and it involves having this country kitchen sink, which has really come on strong in popularity in the last year or so. Seems like more and more buyers like that. Of course, you'll choose your hardware, your plumbing hardware in both the kitchen and the bathrooms. You'll choose your general hardware, such as your doorknobs. Now, in this product, I understand that the brushed nickel faucets and the brushed nickel progressive lighting fixtures come standard. Once again, I don't represent the builder or the listing agency, so I'm just giving you a general overview here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to quote definite and exact prices to you, because another thing is that they just change frequently. Prices are going up here on new homes in Beaufort County. We are the 13th fastest growing county in the United States, and the fastest growing county in the state of South Carolina. So demand is high. Bluffton is a wonderful place to live. Let's head down here to the laundry area, which is just off of the kitchen. The washer and dryer are not included, and those cabinets are an option as well. Standard product comes with a just a wire shelf. We'll take a quick peek into the garage. And it is what's called a finished garage. We're sheetrocked with your trim, your automatic door opener, your hurricane shutters are here, and that is what is required to meet the code. We meet Dade County, Florida hurricane standards here, even though this is the best place to avoid a hurricane in the southeastern United States. And you do get a insurance deduction for having those hurricane shutters, by the way, even if you never deploy them. Your whole house water cutoff is over here. Anytime we have the home inspected, your inspector will always come back and tell you that you should locate your whole house water cutoff in case of an emergency. Well, the likelihood of having that emergency is certainly much less with a brand new home than it would be with an older home. And as I said before, so many of my buyers start our search Here's your pantry, by the way. Notice the beautiful panel doors and the lever handles. You'll choose all of these things, ladies and gentlemen. Many of them are standard, some are options. The wood floor, as an example, I understand is standard for your foyer in this product. And if you choose to extend it throughout the living area, that could be an option. And this type of sliding door, which is called, I call it telescopic, because the one panel slides back on the next, is also an option. Well, I was just telling you about new homes. So many of you come to me and tell me that this will be the last home you buy, and you don't want to renovate a home. Now, many of you who have vacationed on Hilton Head Island know what a great place that is. And our location here is just about a half an hour's drive over to the beach on Hilton Head Island. And what so many of my buyers recognize is that while Hilton Head Island is a wonderful resort and a great place to vacation, when it comes time to relocate, you don't necessarily want to live in a resort. You'd rather get more house for your money and live in what I call a real town, in a sense, and that would be Bluffton. And I know some things about this because I lived on Hilton Head Island for 36 years and was in real estate on Hilton Head Island for 36 years and still am. But about 4 years ago, my wife and I moved to Bluffton from Indigo Run on Hilton Head Island, really a great Jack Nicklaus golf community. We downsized during the recession. And I have to tell you, it only took me then 36 years to get over Hilton Head Island. And I'm so glad I moved to Bluffton. Bluffton is a wonderful place to live. You have tremendous convenience out here. And you just don't have all the tourists. Granted, you do drive to your beach, but you get a lot more house for your money. Now, in particular, as an example, this home priced somewhere in the mid to upper threes, as an example, on Hilton Head Island would buy you a smaller, older, fixer-upper house that in most cases would require, let's say, $75,000, perhaps $100,000, $150,000 to fix it up, but you're still left with your old insulation, your old electrical, your old floor plan, your old windows. Again, I'm not saying bad things about Hilton Head Island, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you that you get a lot more house for your money in general out here in Bluffton. And this is why so many people vacation on Hilton Head Island, but they retire or relocate to Bluffton. Well, here we've been looking at this primary bathroom with its really wonderful finishes, the granite top, the undermount porcelain sinks, the brushed nickel hardware, the matching framed wall mirror with the wall lights, the horizontal window over the sink to bring in light and give you privacy, your tiled floor, your tiled shower. Now this is an option in many of these homes. So many more of my buyers than ever before are saying that you just want the shower. As long as there's a tub in the house somewhere, you really just want to have a shower in your primary bedroom. You don't want the tub in here. Well, that's up for you to decide. This is what is sometimes called the master bedroom with the recessed ceiling, sometimes called a tray ceiling, depending on the shape and who you're talking to. Beautiful trio of windows across the back. And all of these homes in the Arbors section have the wooded view. We'll step out there in just a minute, take a closer look. And again, this home is sold. We would build one for you, the Donegal Loft model. You have a privacy jog out to your living area. Let's go back and see the foyer and the office. Here's our foyer. Now this house has what's called the cottage trim package, which is also an option. It's this squared off craftsman style trim, which is very rich looking. It's country, it's southern. It's very popular. It has some fancy but simple at the same time crowns above the doors, a very soft curved crown molding that is easy on the eye when it goes up the wall and meets the ceiling. Here is our office on the first floor. Offices on Hilton Head homes are very often immediately off of the foyer or at the front of the house, usually defined by a double French door like you see here, although that's also optional. Very attractive. Now what makes this an office instead of a bedroom, and not just here but in any house? You notice there's no closet and the bathroom is not immediately joining, although in this case it is very close by. Over here we have another privacy jog to our second bedroom at the front of the house. Now some people might use this also as an office. You know, with couples, it's not just him, it might be her, or just her and not him that needs an office. Sometimes it's both. Many of my conversations with couples start with your need for maybe 2 bedrooms and a den. And then as we talk, we find out that you need a hobby room. But some people have more guests than hobbies. And if you're retired, you don't necessarily work. So it's always a personal decision on the spaces that you need. Here's our second bathroom. Beautiful tile work around the tub. And the same quality that we saw in our primary bedroom is here, but it's just a smaller bathroom. So I was saying that part of what I do, in addition to helping you shop and compare, is to listen to your needs and to take you out and show you the property that you want to have based on your description. And that would include the price, the community, the amenities, the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, whether it's 1-story, 2-story, and by that I mean 1 level or 2 levels. This is our loft in this Donegal Loft model. And again, I don't work for the developer or the builder, so I'm not really trying to sell you this house, ladies and gentlemen. I'm presenting it to you because it's a really nice floor plan and an excellent value. It is at the introductory price for this fantastic community, Hampton Lake, which is enormously popular and successful. So much so that they've just opened up Phase 3, which is a new offering of the developer of new lots and building homes, building sites. We can talk about that when you call or email. And at the end of the video here, I'll give you my contact information so that you can reach me and we can talk more about what you're looking for. It's very common for me to correspond with buyers, sometimes for a long time before you come down here and buy. The longest time it's taken for a conversation like that to occur before a purchase has been 17 years. But most people do make up their minds faster. It's actually very common. This is our third bathroom. Very similar to the others with the high quality. Notice the quality continues with the tile floor. That dark cabinet, I believe, is called sarsaparilla. It's not quite black. It's a very dark brown with a twist of cherry. You'll choose your cabinets, ladies and gentlemen. You'll choose your tile. You'll choose all your colors, inside and out. And these little knee doors over here take you out to your attic, so you have mechanical access and some storage. We don't have basements here in the low country, because our water table is only about 5 feet down, but we store things in our closets. Well, I'll just give you a quick peek. Here's a mechanical closet. We put water heaters into closets like this. This is what's called your air handler, which is your indoor fan and backup heat system. You have options that would include the tankless water heaters. The heat pumps are 14 SEER and are very efficient. You know, these new homes are so much more energy efficient than used homes, but this is another thing I do with my buyers, is oftentimes we compare new homes to pre-owned homes, or you know, resales as they're called, and then we compare communities. If we're into the new home category, we compare, of course, builders and builder products, and it's highly competitive. These builders are all just working as hard as they can to get your business, and I'm here to help you get the best deal. Well, this model, Donegal Loft, is standard with the covered porch, and then it's an option as to whether or not you screen it. Here in our South Carolina low country, we have a semi-tropical climate, which is just perfect for outdoor living during much of the year. And so a screen porch is a very popular option. I definitely recommend it to you. These lots are not very big, not much to stay up with. Many of my buyers are not interested in yard care at the same time that they do tell me that they like privacy. Well, no question that these homes are kind of close together. You know, roughly in the 15-foot range from one another. However, I just want to remind you that in Sea Pines and in Hilton Head Plantation on the island, as an example, the very popular patio home products that you find in those communities are 10 feet apart. I've sold more than I can remember over the years, but you have 3 feet on one side and 7 feet on the other. 10 feet total distance between homes. Very popular, very expensive, as I say, in those communities, and not to knock them one bit, but $350 to $375 is an introductory price in those communities too, but they're just much, much older, without a garage in most cases, maybe a one-car garage, just old construction. And I guess you could say an oldie but a goodie. But again, so many of my buyers tell me straight away that they really want a new home. And I'm here to help you with that. As a former licensed South Carolina home builder, I love new construction. And I'm here to help. And again, my pay is already in the price of this home. And every new home that we build with this builder or any other, I'm only paid if you buy and when you close. So again, it makes it a bit of a no-brainer to have a buyer's agent on your side, ladies and gentlemen. And the commission that your agent earns is the same whether they are brand new on the job or if they have 40 years of experience in the area, as I do. Well, let's finish up. I'll give you my contact information, and we'll just talk a bit more about the Arbors here at Hampton Lake, the different models. The Donegal Loft is one of my two favorites. The other is the Athens Loft. And this Athens Loft just sold very recently with the stone facing. Immediately next to it is an Athens Loft, which is for sale today at $349. And I have one that one of my buyers has under construction right there, another Athens Loft. It illustrates what I was saying to you earlier about how you can have 3 homes of the same model that really look nothing the same. And this home is an Athens Loft, as is this, as is this. And you can see that they really are remarkably different in appearance. Well, let's just look at the rest of the street here very quickly, and you can see that this is a very popular community. There are still about 15 lots available here, so I predict a 2016 build out of this community. And what that will mean, when I say the community, I mean this neighborhood of the Arbors. And what that means is that when these $300,000 price range homes are sold, that your introductory price in Hampton Lake is most probably going to go up to the $400,000 range. So I would just invite you to call me. Let's talk about your real estate needs, the type of home that you want, the size, the location, whether or not you like really great amenities or if you would prefer to have none. People's preferences vary quite a bit. So again, my name is Richard Kadish. It's Kadesh, and my company again is Go Gated Realty. My cell number, ladies and gentlemen, it's 843-684-2933. My email address, rich@gogated.com. And my website is gogated.com. And you can find all the properties over at gogated.com at any time that are listed with our Hilton Head MLS. But if you just call or email, we can talk about your needs, and I will save you a lot of time and hopefully a lot of money too. Just a quick summary of the community, Hampton Lake. Well, this is an award-winning community that people love with good reason. You have a 165-acre lake, which has 7 miles of navigability. You have a beautiful clubhouse with a restaurant, a beautiful spa and fitness center, a fantastic resort-style swimming pool with a lazy river tributary, which the kids just love. You have a separate adult pool with the cabanas that are Wi-Fi provided. You have hard-true tennis courts. You have a campground. You have a dog park. This community has a lot. Beautiful lake, by the way, with a boathouse, and they have a beach at the lake. More coming. Phase 3 has a amphitheater, more tennis courts. So much more to talk about. Please call, please email. I look forward to hearing from you and working with you as your buyer's agent here at Hampton Lake in Bluffton, South Carolina. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, there are more at the Go Gated channel on YouTube. Please subscribe. Thank you again.